I feel like, well, I started an Instagram campaign called I Am More Than, and I've been bullied my whole life, whether it was about my peers or comments on Instagram or Twitter, whatever. And I never talked about my story, really. I feel like I've kind of accepted it because I realized that that just comes with the territory. So I kind of was online and just finding other girls and boys my age who have been bullied and have kind of overcome it and just done something amazing with it, who inspire me. So I kind of wanted them to just use like my platform and post their stories on Instagram to hopefully inspire my followers too.
Think big, because then you're going to get big. Then you're going to go and achieve big things. That is the most important thing. You know, we don't achieve big things by accident. So shoot for the top, shoot for the sky, shoot for the, for the stars.
Not really, because while we take our work very seriously, we don't take ourselves very seriously. All these things would bother a person if he or she were to take himself or herself very seriously. So we don't do that. So.
And how does a corporation manage to not take itself so seriously?
No, the corporation takes it seriously, but not the individuals.
Not the individuals within the corporation.
That's like, people love vulnerability.
Yeah.
Because you're showing that you're human and you're showing that you're like, you make mistakes and you are human and it's just relatable.
There's strength in vulnerability though, right?
Yeah.
There's strength in you coming out and explaining how vulnerable you are.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
how open you are.
For sure.
You know,
and it takes a lot as a man too to be able to suck that pride up and because for a while I just like, you don't want to say sorry. You don't want to feel like you're weak, you know? Because a lot of the times when you show like your emotions, you feel weak. Or people tell you that that's weak when you cry or when you do this. I'm a really emotional guy. So I'm a crier. I'm someone who's like really open with my emotions.
Yeah.
And for a while I felt like I couldn't be, and I felt so guarded that I wasn't being able to be my true self. And like that rock star lifestyle, that's just like, it was cool and it was fun. It just wasn't me.
Someone asked me once what they, or many times I think, what I thought it meant to be an artist. And I said, what I think an artist needs essentially more than discipline or even talent is a perspective. So if you are always changing what you do based on what other people say, you completely lose yourself and you become just, something that's constantly affected by what's around you as opposed to stable and your own and like autonomous in your identity.
Nothing fails like success. You're successful, maybe it's in your health, maybe it's in your finances, maybe it's in your career, maybe it's in your family life, maybe it's in the way that you show up in the world. Awesome. You're in a really vulnerable place right now. It is one thing to be successful. It is another thing to sustain success over the coming decades. Is that not a powerful idea? I mean, let's go to the entertainment industry. It's very hard to be a one-hit wonder. Let's not knock a one-hit wonder. But it's even harder to become an iconic rock band or hip-hop band. Let's go to the arts. It is very hard to come up with your Sistine Chapel. Got it. It is even harder to become a Michelangelo. Play the long game. Aim for legendary. Don't just say, I want to be world class in my dominant pursuit for a little window of time. Say, I want to have the guts and the grit and the acumen and the mindset and the capability and the commitment to create enduring success. And that's why I say nothing fails like success.
I didn't have to go to school when I was young. Every day just fighting training. And I'm a very bad boy. When I was young, really. My parents in Australia, just by myself, every day what I see, all the triads, gangsters, racing car, fighting people, beating people, the area, what I see. So I was very lucky. I didn't join the triads. I didn't join the mafia.
But you could have.
I could have.
Yeah.
That's it. We all the friends sit on the table. Okay, everybody 300 US. Okay, 300. Then we can sell the drug. Then we can get 900 back. Then everybody gives 300. Then Jackie, come on. Then I look at them. I was like 16 something. Because I promised my father, never get involved with triad, never get involved with drugs, never get involved in the casino, gambling. I said, sorry, I promised my father. Oh, come on, don't be coward. 300, you can. I said, sorry, because a promise is a promise. Then I never get involved. These kind of things.
Well, I sort of keep getting these updates along the lines whenever I get 100, you know, because as I said, I mean, it's hard for me to believe sometimes as well that, you know, I've got these many centuries in international cricket or one-day cricket separately, and I just try to forget that moment quickly because I don't want to you know, think about it too much and then start doubting myself, thinking that it's come too early for me, because I want to achieve something really big, and I want to be, you know, known as a player who won a lot of games for India and who scored a lot of runs for the country. So I get that thought and I let go of it, because then I sit down and think all the greats of the game, they start doing that at a very early age. So it's not such a bad thing to start doing that when you're young, and you know, along the lines you keep learning, and you'll have phases, but as long as you can stay consistent, I think that's a very good thing.
It's very important for me. I'm always a competitive player. Not just in the games, I'm in the training, I'm like that. In the home, with my sisters, with my mom, with my nephews, I'm always try to competitive hard and try to win. I'm like that, you know. I'm never change because I like this. I like what I do. I like my life. I'm a happy person. So competitive is part of my life. So in Madeira, in Madrid, in England, I always want to win. I'm always competitive person. So it's part of me.
One thing we've failed to do in the educational system is alert people that if you're doing what no one has done before, stuff goes wrong. And in fact, if nothing ever goes wrong in what you're doing, if you make no mistakes in your job, in whatever task you've brought upon yourself, then you're not on the frontier. Simple. It's true in science, and I heard it applied to car racing. There's a quote that I'm told, spoken by Mario Andretti. He said, if you are in complete control of your car, you're not in the race.
Oh, wow.
There's something that you're just not completely in control of.
I take that.
And only then can, and that's the same thing I'm describing for when you are on the frontier.